As a small print shop owner, I wear a lot of hats, literally. Somebody that I work with often saw one of the hats that I designed and they liked it. After months of walking around with free billboard marketing on my head, they finally asked if I could make something similar for them. Today I'm turning their logo into merch. I'm gonna clean up their design, find the right blanks, build the mock-ups, prep everything for embroidery, and send the quote. So let's get over to the PC and get started. All right, so on the screen right now is the logo that the client sent over. It is not bad, but it's not good either. It's a little rough. As you can tell, it's just a screenshot from an iPhone. There's not like any SVG file, not even a PNG. The background is still very, I don't know, whatever color that is, turquoise or some kind of green. But you can see the letters here are blurry. The key logo is cut off. The sound right here is cut off on the casa. So there's definitely some cleanups that's gonna need to be done on this in order to get it print ready. Let me explain what the client's wanting first. So the hat that I was wearing that they loved was very similar to this one. So it was just big, bold marketing on the front, and then it had a company logo right here on the side. So it's kind of just a conversation starter hat. It is bold, it's right to the point. I wear hats like these often where it's just very simple lettering on the front with maybe a company logo on the side. I like to design stuff like that because it's simple, it's easy, it's fun, and when people see you wearing it, they're all like, oh, you do marketing. It's easy to understand. It's hard to confuse what we're talking about when we're wearing a bold hat like that. So yeah, the client pretty much saw the hat and thought, hey, you know, I need something like that. I've got this brand, it's called the Casa Sound. Somebody in his family is a producer and they create music. He wanted to make some hats for that. So this is what we got. So as you can tell, this hat is embroidered, stitched here, stitched there. Got the green matching the green bill. It's pretty cool. The thing is that when you're embroidering, it's a little bit different than print. The colors lay down differently. The designs look a lot different depending on the material you're putting it on. And so when we are cleaning up our logo and getting it ready for embroidery, it's a little bit different of a process. So let's go through that now. So since it's a screenshot, it's going to be super low quality. And I go about this a couple of different ways. One thing I'm going to definitely want to do is put this into some type of photo editing software, Photoshop if you have it. I'm going to use a free tool today just to show you that even beginners can offer embroidery services if they don't have Photoshop, if they don't know how to vectorize, if they don't even own an embroidery machine. You can still get it done. You can still add embroidery to your list of services. So let me show you how to do it on a budget or for free. Okay, so for now, I'm gonna go to photopia.com. You may have heard of it, you may not have heard of it, but photopia.com is basically like Photoshop, but it's free and it's online. It's kind of awesome. And I will just I'm gonna do like a classic. I'm not making a YouTube cover, but I'm going to use the YouTube cover sizing because it's pretty big. And I'm going to go from 72 DPI to 300 DPI, which anything you do in 300 DPI is going to be print ready, whether that's on a postcard, on a notebook piece of paper, or on a billboard. 300 DPI is what you want to go with. So let's go ahead and create that. And now that we have that up, we will pull open our screenshot here. So now it's time to start cleaning it up. What I'm gonna do first is remove all of this black background. So I'll just select the key areas here and we will make a layer via copy and hide that. The clients asked us to put this Casa font right here on the front of the hat. They want it to be bold Casa on the front. The great thing is that this text here is thick enough to where it should look really good on the front of a hat. One thing I really wanted to do, and I told him would be really cool was, where the side logo was on my hat. I thought it would be really awesome to put the key. However, they didn't send me the full logo with the key. So if I can't find it online, I'm gonna search the Casa Sound, see if I can't find this logo online. And if not, then maybe I can do like a reverse image search and find this key online somewhere. So we'll see what we can do. So now that I have the black areas cut off of the image, I just need to remove this background, because I mean, you can't embroider with a background. You gotta remove it. So let's do that first. Okay, so the background is roughly removed. I don't need it perfect yet. I will need it perfect eventually, but right now where it's at is okay. I'm going to now kind of get this casa away from the key and the and sound, and just so that I can work with this casa piece by itself. All right, so we got casa separated from everything. It's really big now on the screen and it's pretty blurry. It's kind of fuzzy. It's not great looking, but we're gonna clean it up so that it looks a lot more crispy. Not so much like haze in there. Just, yeah, make it look good. Okay, so this isn't really great. This isn't what I want, but I have an idea. Usually what I would do this in Photoshop, and I would refine edge, and I would make sure that it's super clean and crisp and smooth. So you'd have none of these little foggy areas here. This wouldn't look so like jagged and kind of shaky. I'd be able to clean this up a lot more, but I'm going to show you a cool little AI trick to get this looking super clean without having to spend any money. So let's go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up Google's Gemini. This is like a saving grace in certain moments. Gemini 3 Pro is here. No thanks, I'm good. Okay, so we're going to create an image, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this Casa Photopia image. I know it's super blurry, just bear with me. For now, we'll save it as a JPEG. Casa bad, and then we'll go to Gemini and we will create an image, and we're gonna just upload Casa bad into this. Create an image, and we will tell Gemini to recreate this Casa logo. Keep the font exactly the same, but clean up the edges to look really clean and professional. I want it to be an SVG style logo. Remove the black background, and then boom, we'll run that. We'll see what happens. And look at that, super clean edges. It's looking dang good. Okay, now it's not perfect, and I'll tell you why. It made it look SVG style, but this still has a background that we're gonna have to remove. But what we did here is we cleaned up the edges and made it a lot easier. So now we'll pull it back up in Photopia, remove the background, make sure it's super clean, and go from there. For print, I would not consider this good enough. It's not an actual vector, and you can tell because of how jagged the edges are when you zoom in. If we were gonna be actually printing this like screen print or direct-to-film print, I would not really allow that. But for an embroidery project, this is good enough. If I remove the background, you see it's just boom, it's there. I can move it around. That's just a good standard starting place for my mock-ups that I'm gonna do. I will send this to my embroidery guy, and I'll let him know exactly how I want it on the hat based on looking at the mock-up, if I need it larger or smaller, and I'll use one of these hats that I already have as a good guide for how far I want it from each corner. Yeah, and that's how we'll decide. Now, before we get started on the mock-ups, we need to do two things. The first thing is see if we can find that key logo online. The second thing is going to be source our blanks. I use a local shop usually when I'm getting hats like this because they've got really good prices on fully suede, bill, suede cap part. There's a ton of different options and a ton of different colors. So we will look on their website first to see what we can find. I kind of already know what they have in stock, so if I can find something similar online, I'll be able to make some mock-ups with the colors I know they have. What I'll try to do is mock up a couple of different colors, not expecting the client to go with all the colors, but I really want to show them what we're capable of doing so that in the future, they know they have options. All right, so I tried pretty hard and I did like reverse image searched. I tried to select the key. I did Casa Sound all over the internet. I could not find the original logo. So I have two options. One, I can try to recreate it in Gemini, just like I did the Casa logo, or I can reach out to the client and ask them for the correct key. What I'm gonna do is option C, all three. I'm going to recreate the key in Gemini just for the mock-up so that the client can visualize what it would look like with that key on the side of the hat. I'm also going to say to the client, hey, I couldn't find the full key. You know, the image that you sent me was just a partial look of the logo. So if you can send me the key, that'd be awesome. If you don't want that on the hat, no problem. Well, but this is what I was able to put together. A lot of times clients will really appreciate you taking the initiative of, hey, I don't have everything, but I'm gonna create something still for you just so that you can visualize what it was gonna look like. And that'll usually get them to buy in and they'll be excited to get the product made. So yeah, let's go ahead and create that key or a version of it using Gemini, and we'll slap that on our mockups. All right, and it is done. It actually did way more than the key. It redid the Casa Sound on here too and cleaned it up. Look at this. This was our original right here. This is our new one, and honestly, it looks really, really good. So we're gonna go ahead and use it. We'll download it, bring it into Photopia, remove the background, just take that key, and then we'll do some things to it just to make it one color so that it's easy to embroider. I mean, this is awesome. Gemini is a really awesome program. Designers can use it for a lot of things, and it's absolutely free. So use it if you're not already using it. Okay, cool. So the key is ready for mockups now. I think it looks really good. I have no idea if this is even accurate to the real key, but it doesn't really matter because right now we're just mocking it up so they can see placement, see what the style is going to look like on the side of the hat, and decide if they really even want to do that or not. If they decide, yeah, that looks great, then they can send over the actual key and I can just make a little replacement. So we are ready to start doing mock-ups. Let's grab these products and go for it. It's gonna be really easy and really quick again because I'm just gonna use Gemini. I'm gonna do like a little rough kind of display or a rough reference of what I want inside of Photopia. I'll throw that into Gemini and you'll see what it does. So I am on the site now. This is a local shop that has a bunch of these camel 804 hats. That is exactly the type of hat I'm wearing here. And that is exactly the type of hat that this is here. It is the exact style that the client said that they wanted. They really loved the suede. This one doesn't have suede, but the one that I'm wearing does have suede. It is a 5-panel hat. Yeah, it means that it does not have the line down the middle of the hat, which is really awesome for putting logos and text on. Yeah, there's no seam here for the text to get messed up on. They embroider really well. It's a really nice hat. Snapback. I love these hats. They're really quality hats. They've got a ton of different colors that you can choose from. Some of these that they say are sold out online, I know that if I go in person, I'll be able to get them. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to find the right color scheme to match the logo. I'll probably get like 3, maybe 4 different options. We'll get that front look, we'll get the side look, and we'll start putting logos on it. I'm gonna take a whole different style just because I want them to know, hey, we've got some other cool options as well. This is like an athletic style trucker. It's waterproof, snapback. The perforated like holes in the back here are really nice for in the summertime. And you can't go wrong with a black hat. So I'm gonna include this one as well and see what they think. Okay, so you can see here I have just very roughly put the logos where they should go on the hat. It is very, very what I would consider bad placement currently for a mock-up. It gives you kind of an idea of what it's supposed to look like, but not a very good one. If I was doing this by hand, I would spend a lot more time making sure that the perspective was right, working on the embossed details, making sure it looked really good on the hat. But what I'm gonna try right now is I'm gonna see if I can't put this into Gemini, tell it what I want it to do, and see if it'll give me it. So what I wanna say is make the logos on this hat look realistic and embroidered. Let's start there and let's see what it does. Dang, okay, that's not bad at all. So what I want to do is I'm going to send two photos. I'm going to send one side photo like this where it's like at an angle, and then I'll send one front facing photo. Show me this hat from the front angle. And we got there. So this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to see that key on the side of the hat. This looks real. I mean, this looks like a real hat that was really made with embroidery, and it's going to allow my client to really visualize what that hat's going to look like when they buy it. So I'm excited about this. I'm going to put these two pictures together, and then I'm going to have Gemini give me a couple different color variations from some of the pictures that I downloaded, and then this will be ready to send off to the client. That's exactly how you do it. And we just took a screenshot, literally a screenshot, and turned it into a legit merchandise mock-up. And we will be able to get this made through my embroidery vendor that I usually go through all the time. They're gonna be able to do this quick and easy for me. And this is how I take a client's concept and bring it to life. Boom, there we go. Mock-ups are done, logo looks clean, all the little hits are popping. I'm gonna go ahead and send this out to the client in the morning because it's pretty late right now. I think they're gonna love it. I'm sending a lot more options than what they asked for and what they're expecting. Like I said earlier, I'm not really expecting them to buy every single mock-up that I send. The goal is just to really show them that, hey, we're capable of doing a ton of things on a ton of different products. And so in the future, when you're ready, let me know. But that's how you do it. That's how you turn a screenshot of a logo into something legitimate that people can wear, that people are gonna love. So that's my full logo to merch process. It's clean, it's simple, it looks really nice. If you have questions, comment below, I can help you out. If you wanna follow along with future projects, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and again, I'll see you in the next one.